judging from our Facebook page. This week at the Michigan Science Center, it's Space Week, and they've got some great experiments and demonstrations that they're doing for the kids. They wanted to give us a preview, so joining us again, Charlie Gibson. Thanks for being with us. We get off on this stuff, and space is fascinating.
It's awesome, isn't it?
It is, and I always like your experiments. It brings the kids in.
Yeah. We've got a bunch of things going on, a lot of hands-on activities, space trivia on our science stage during the week of this week from Wednesday through Sunday. So we brought a couple things just to sort of give you guys a taste of what we're going to be doing. This is a vacuum, and we have a bell jar here with a bell inside, and the idea here is that sound travels through air. It has to travel through some sort of medium, right? And in space, there's no air, right? So what we're going to do here is hook up our bell so we can sort of hear that.
Karen, when was the last time you used a vacuum?
Wow. Totally unrelated to this topic. Going into my personal life.
So check this out.
Sometime this year I did.
We can hear the bell ringing inside. We can hear the bell ringing inside because there's still air inside there. So, Karen, go ahead and flip on the vacuum right there, just that switch. We're going to pull the air out. You can actually hear how it got really quiet. You can barely hear it now because we've pulled the air out of there. So there's no compression waves. So we can't compress the air, which means we don't hear any sound. So go ahead, turn it off, and just hear how quiet it got. You can barely hear it. You can actually just hear the vibration, really, of the glass inside
So
there.
sound travels through air.
Some sort of medium it's got to travel through.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's sort of cool. So the idea is in space, no one can hear you scream, right? That was Alien.
Ooh, yeah. Remember that?
So no sound waves. So here we go. We let the air back in. You can hear the bell.
Yeah.
Isn't that neat?
That's cool.
So that's one of the things you guys are going to get to see on the science stage.
Okay.
And another cool thing you're going to be able to do is build an Orion crew module. So Orion is the new spacecraft that's going to take astronauts further than they have ever gone before. So past the moon, eventually to Mars. And so we're looking at different materials that are going to come into play with the construction of this module. Now they tested this back in December. Did you guys catch that on the news?
I don't remember that.
Oh my God, it was so cool.
I know.
I was such an Apollo geek as a kid. I can't.
Yeah. So it's actually very similar to Apollo. When the module enters the atmosphere once again, it builds up a tremendous amount of friction and therefore heat, right? So as it's blasting through all those air molecules, a lot of friction, lots and lots of heat. So we have these tiles, and these came into play on the space shuttle as well.
And those on the exterior?
Yep. So they coat the entire exterior of the space shuttle, and they're to absorb a lot of heat. So they're made of a silica glass, and they're really good insulators. So these can heat up to about 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit. Yeah.
Doesn't that look like it would weigh a lot more than it does?
Really light.
It's really light.
Yeah. So here you go. Pop these glasses on. We're going to heat these up real quick. So go ahead. You can actually just heat up the corner. Just press that button there. We'll get it really hot.
Sure?
Yeah. We'll get it glowing red hot. And then we're going to toss some of this paper on here. So it's really hot now. But we can actually still touch this side. We can get pretty close to that because it's insulating it right there. So it sort of deflects a lot of heat, and that's what these black tiles do.
So is it deflecting or absorbing?
It's absorbing but also deflecting. Yeah, so the black ones deflect a lot more heat. So you can go ahead and stop that. Go ahead and grab a couple pieces of paper. Just toss them right there on the corner there.
Sorry.
You all right?
Yeah, fine.
Yeah,
a little shock.
So it warms up real quick.
Wow.
And as long as it retains that heat, it'll burn that flash. You don't want to try it.
This is flash paper. Go
ahead. This is flash paper.
This is stuff the magicians use, right?
Magicians use that. Yep. And because it burns real quickly.
You're not getting close.
It's all right. It's all right. Get it right on the corner there.
I would stop.
And it might be there. You go. So it's still retaining some of that heat. So yeah.
So on the space shuttle then, it's there. It's absorbing the heat so that it never.
Exactly. Yeah. So these are, if they didn't have that, it would essentially just burn up in the atmosphere.
Wow. And how hot can those tiles go?
About 2,200 degrees. Really? But on the bottom of your Orion spacecraft, as it enters in, it's a different material. So those are actually on the sides. The very bottom, that sort of rounded bottom, actually burns away. So similar to what the Apollo model had.
Do they have like a Mars module that will come out like we had with the lunar module, or is this land like a shuttle?
I don't know that that's been developed yet. This is really just going to get people
just
there.
Getting the mirrors.
But it's possible. Yeah.
For this week, so people know what to visit. What do they need to know?
Yeah,
Wednesday through Saturday.
Wednesday through Saturday is Space Week, and we've got all kinds of hands-on activities going on. March is also Membership Madness Month, so we have discounted family memberships, and you pay for one day, stay all year.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, that's a
gonna
really
be
good
great.
deal. All right. Charlie, we always appreciate you
Fantastic.
coming
Thanks
on
for
the show.
having me.
It's fun, even though you made a screen.
Thanks for bringing your torch.
I'm glad you're on that side of the table because I would have freaked out.
I was a little surprised. I
Yeah.
thought the whole idea was that it was going to be cool to
Oh,
touch.
that it wasn't. Yeah.
Yeah, surprising.
The rest of it was.
The hall's full of surprises. Next on Live at the, we're going to head outside to show you why we want this bus in Detroit and how these buses are making a big difference for kids.